All right, so today I'm going to talk about arm action. When it comes to throwing, whether you're a pitcher, whether you're a catcher, whether you're an outfielder, any position on the diamond, you're going to get the majority of velocity from your arm. I know a lot of guys that's contrary to what they heard, and the legs are so important, and the hips are so important. But the bottom line is the arm throws the ball. So you can have the best lower half action in the world. You can have the best hips in the world. But if you throw like you're trying to push something like a shot put, you are not going to throw hard. So what I'm going to go through today is just 3 points that I find are the most important points to cover on efficient arm action that'll lead to higher velocity throws, okay? First one is timing on foot plant. So when that front foot comes down, we want to make sure the hand is slightly above the shoulder, our elbow is retracted fully, okay? And the ball is more or less facing down. We don't want to turn it. We don't want to try and start fiddling with the wrist. We just want to be in a nice, relaxed, neutral position right here, okay? From the back, it's going to look like this, okay? And from the front, I'm right here, okay? So this motion, bringing the arms back, is called horizontal abduction. The hardest throwers in the world get more of that. So like an Aroldis Chapman, you could grab his hands and you could touch him behind his back. That's how flexible he is. Okay, so we want to get that horizontal abduction, meaning pull that elbow back. Elbow should be below the shoulder, ball should be just above the shoulder. Couple key mistakes guys make. On foot plant, they're down here. This is a late arm action. Your arm will not get into the right position now, and you're going to end up with a push. I've seen that on a lot of younger players. I've seen it in a lot of high school players. Guys who are in that position usually struggle to break 80. Okay, second mistake is guys being completely in line with the shoulder. This is close, we're getting better, but again, we're still a little bit late. We want to be just above the shoulder, so now when the hip moves, when the hip creates that forward movement, the arm works with it. Okay, so that was the first point, is just making sure elbows fully retracted on foot plant, hand just above the shoulder. Second point, this might be the most important point. When your back hip starts to open up, we want the arm to get into what I call early external rotation, okay? So it works back towards your head and towards second base. So as the hip goes this way, our arm goes in the opposite direction. What we're getting there is we're getting a stretch. That stretch is going to create energy, and it's going to give us more time to apply force to the baseball. If you throw the ball from here to here, you only have a short window to create velocity and create speed. If your arm's back here, you now can create a whip-like effect and create much more velocity. If you look at the hardest throwers that I've ever had in here, they all get that early layback, that early external rotation. The guys who can't throw nearly as hard, they're very late. Their arm doesn't lay back until the last second, so they have less time to apply energy, less ability to create velocity. Okay, so that's the second point, probably the most important point. And then the third and final point I'm going to talk about is front side action, so your glove hand. When a lot of people think about throwing a baseball, they talk about arm action. It really is arms action, okay? You need to work both arms. Your front arm and your back arm work together as a pair. I see a lot of guys who just kind of leave this arm here and they just have what I call a dead front side. I think the most optimal way to throw is to let this front glove work up as your hand works. How high you work up is going to be an individual, it's just completely up to you. There's going to be, some guys who go here, some guys who get a lot higher. I like Aroldis Chapman. I think he does a really good job. Can't really throw a baseball harder than that guy does, so he's doing some things really unique, some things that are correct that I think we would all benefit from. So again, front side works up. How much it works up is up to you. Back side works down, okay? So they're going in opposition. As the front arm goes forward, the back arm pulls back. So again, they're working in opposition. As our front arm starts to pull down and rotate, so the glove rotates from this point, your back arm is going to go up and it's going to rotate as well. So they're working together. The final point, you pull into the hip and this front arm accelerates, okay? So if you can learn to sync up your glove side with your throwing side, you're going to see a nice increase in velocity, and the amount of effort you have to put into your throws is going to go down. Okay, so those are the 3 points. I highly suggest you watch this video a couple times. I highly suggest you take some video of yourself from the back view, maybe some side angles, and watch it over and over. What's going to separate the highest level throwers from the guys who are in the middle and then from the lowest, it's not always athleticism. Athleticism matters, but all right, positioning and timing and sequencing, okay, which a lot of times the best athletes have naturally, but that's what we need, right? Position, timing, sequencing is what's gonna allow us to throw a baseball as hard as possible, as hard as our body will allow, with the best command possible, okay? So foot plant, fully retracted, we want the hand just above the shoulder. As soon as the hip starts to open, that takes us into the second point. We're gonna get that early layback. So as soon as the hip goes, the hand goes back, okay? And then the last point is we just wanna time the front side, so the glove side, with your throwing side. Okay? Good luck, guys.